Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway for NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing this time. As the stars come out, racing for points, eligible to get in the playoffs as each round progresses, but we're not focusing on that right now. We still got plenty of races before the chase begins, so let's just knock this race out of the way and get it in the newspaper. Not literally though, but you get the point. Matt Kenseth is sponsoring D-Wall for the third race straight, I think. As Kevin Harvick, who starts second, will be back sponsoring Folds of Honor in the 2015 paint scheme. Drove this car at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the second race of the season, was in contention to win, but he had either a left or right rear tire down after he made some contact with NASCAR fan 77, who is still currently sidelined. Thankfully and luckily, Happy Harvick manages to finish in the top 10. And also, Jimmy Johnson is back in his Superman form after racing it at Auto Club Speedway. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also back in his Batman form after racing at that track as well, and here, but during the All-Star race. More news that involves Wood Brothers Racing. If Ryan Blaney wins a race in his second full season competing for the championship in the Cup Series, then the Wood Bros will definitely have a second car to the team in this touring series. It could happen, but the Wood Bros announced that the more and more Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher be consistent, the more and more top 5s, top 10s they earn throughout the season before, when it comes to a close. Guys, come on. It's this right now. It's this. But yeah, you get the point. The more and more that happens, the more likely chance that the Wood Bros would have a second car available in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series for next season. We don't know what the car number is, or the sponsor for that matter. It's too early to show the door right now, and plus, in fact, if we do get that, if Wood Bros do get that chance, but let's just get this race out of the way, and let me explain more before we get to the command. Ryan Blaney starts in last place tonight. Who else do I need to talk about? Oh, Greg Biffle in the 16 car. He is in a must-win situation as he ends Season 3 with 0 wins, starts off Season 4, and even in the middle of the season with 0 wins. Maybe it could come tonight, and plus he have won right here at this track in the second race of the Cup Series in Season 1. So tonight might be the night. Ortho, Fire, and Killer comes on board in the 16 machine. This will also be Martin Truex Jr.'s final race with Michael Waltrip Racing, with Fiber Fuel on the 56 Toyota for one last time. And starting at Pocono, he'll be racing with the new Furniture Row racing team, with Furniture Row being the primary sponsor on Truex' number 78 ride in a Chevrolet chassis. However, rumors have it that it will switch to Toyota next season. This car right here was supposed to be raced here last year, but after hitting a few delays last summer, we didn't get to race here. So 1 year later, he does get to race it. Kyle Busch celebrating 76 years now, but carrying the number 75 number to celebrate how many years M&M's has been around. And this will be the only time that car number on the M&M's machine will be on Kyle Busch's race car. This will be the only time. This will be the only race. That's it. This is also Deshaun 15-18 or 18-15's first ever NASCAR Sprint Cup Series debut. He will make his presence for the first time after planning out his ride with Fastlane Motorsports 1 year ago, last summer, or last fall. He is unsponsored as of right now, not even a single sponsor on his car, but he is carrying the number 13 for the rest of the season. And yes, he will be a full-time driver next season, and will try to race in the most races if he can this season in the Cup Series. And this just in from NASCAR Fan 77, the owner of the racing team. The more and more Deshaun places, just like the Wood Bros, the more and more he comes in the top 10, top 5s, not to mention win a race or get in the chase, he will have 1 or 2 sponsors on board for next season. And Chase Elliott, he is also in a must-win situation. He has 3 wins as of right now in the Xfinity Series this season, but has not won a single race yet in the Cup Series ever since he ran full-time last season, back when he was driving the 9 car. Had a 2nd place at Talladega in that season, had a top 10 at Talladega this season in the Cup Series, and won Talladega in the Xfinity Series this season, which was the last time we saw him in victory lane. Can tonight be the night that Chase Elliott gets his first win in the Cup Series level? If so, Rick Hendrick and yes, Jeff Gordon would be proud. And yes, his father Bill will be proud as well. So enough of me talking. That's pretty much all I have to say coming into this race. So to give the command, here is the voice of Lightning McQueen, who participated in cars 1, 2, and 3 that was just released 2 months ago. So I'll just let Owen Wilson take it from here. Owen?
Drivers, start your engines!
Thank you, Owen, for giving us the command to fire the engines for another hot night here at Charlotte. So, let's take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's race, shall we? Starting on the front row is your pole sitter Matt Kenseth, who won 17 years ago, alongside happy Kevin Harvick, looking for his first win in nearly 2 years last season, which came at Martinsville. Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex Jr., as mentioned, this will be his last with Michael Waltrip Racing until he moves over to Furniture Row Racing, which will be a brand new racing team starting at Pocono Raceway. Kyle Busch in the M&M's colors alongside Denny Hamlin, his teammate. Greg Biffle, who was still searching for his first win in, I think, 3 years, Season 2, which took place at Chicagoland alongside your All-Star winner, Brad Keselowski. Jeff Gordon, a 4 or 5-time winner of this race, if not, I'm pretty sure he won 3 or 4, correct me if I'm wrong, alongside Deshaun 1815 or 1518, who will be making his presence tonight in the Cup Series. This is his very first. Can he win? That's the question right now. Or can he come in the top 5 or 3? Or a top 10? Chase Elliott, young star in the Cup Series, alongside Casey Kane. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Danica Patrick. Rounding out the field is Paul Menard and lying inside Laney Blaney. The Charlotte 600 is green. Matt Kenseth, defending season champion, will lead the first lap of the Touring Series. Kevin Harvick will lead the second lap. Here comes Denny Hamlin knocking on their door, and he will take the lead from a little help from Jimmy Johnson. And he will lead this lap. LaShawn in the wall. Denny Hamlin will lead the next lap, and now LaShawn is into the wall. Caution is out. Denny Hamlin took the white flag when LaShawn blew a tire on the backstretch. So that means this race is over. There will not be a green white checker attempt. The white flag came out. The caution has come out for LaShawn stomping on the racetrack, which could be a little problems, let's just say, while the cars fly by, because you never know, 1 or 2 might accidentally run into him. So yeah, the caution's out. No more. This will not. We will not have a green white checker attempt. So that means Denny Hamlin will win for the first time in the season. Coming out of the blue. He is your winner.